thumbs up. All right. I would like to welcome to the stage Mr. Magic, Shane Seymour.
I'm going to take you on a mind-blowing journey over the next 5 minutes or so. And after that journey, I'd like to have a conversation with each and every single one of you. But I just don't want to have a conversation with anyone. I want to make sure who we've got in the room. Who desires, put up your hand nice and high, if you desire a life of wild success and happiness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. It's like if you didn't put your hand up, you didn't understand the question. And where are the employees in the room? Raise your hand nice and high. Now leave your hand up. Raise your hand, keep your hand up if you have ever worked for a terrible boss or you feel like your boss didn't know what they were doing at some point in time. Thank you very much for your honesty. And where are the business owners in the room? Raise your hand. Thank you. Keep your hand up if you think you were that terrible boss. Oh, get them back up. Categorically, if any of the following things apply to you in your first year of business, you were a bad boss. If you worked more than 40 hours a week, if you couldn't step out of your business, if you had bad employees, if you struggled because you were a bad boss to yourself. And I know a thing or two about terrible bosses. But I'll take you on that journey of where I've come from. See, when I was 19, I went through terrible boss, terrible boss, terrible boss, terrible boss, terrible boss. I can't even say it properly. 18 times in 12 months. I know a lot about terrible bosses. Or either that or I was a terrible employee. And fast forward from that journey, I started my business 20 years ago and I helped people that didn't have a business or already have a business grow beyond $1 million and get off the tools. And this is exactly how I did this. If you're with me, it was the year 2000 and I was celebrating on my penthouse apartment, dressed, and I was at my 18th job. I thought I made it. I was living the dream job. I'd run past the reception, the lobby, because I couldn't wait to get upstairs on my balcony. Mum and Dad were proud. I was dressed in an oily Domino's pizza outfit. And I thought I was the hottest thing since Doug on the Pizza Hut commercials. But the real reason that I used to run through the lobby was because I was avoiding the rent lady at the reception and my hate mail. And when I say hate mail, I used to always get bills. I hated my mail. One day, I'll never forget this day. This is the pivotal moment of everything. I opened up the mail. I'm being evicted. Next letter. I've lost all my driving demerit points. That led me into court and I lost my license for 5 years. I went upstairs, I got another phone call. My girlfriend dumped me. My mum also rang me that day, Shane, your father's got Parkinson's and has a few months to live. I don't know how, but some sort of influence from a friend, Shane thought it was a good idea to start a business. And I started my business like this. I got a Yellow Pages consultant around 20 years ago, and I come up with the most sophisticated marketing plan you've ever seen. And at the table, there was this tall brunette and a blonde bimbo. And when I say tall brunette, it was this tall Swedish guy. And when I say blonde bimbo, you're looking at it. And when I say sophisticated marketing plan, I'll have that one, mate. I had no idea. And 20 years on in this journey, I'll look back at that, and it was crazy timing to start a business like that. Having no driver's license for 5 years, the one thing you need to be able to drive to start a business as a tradie. And lots of other people don't know what they're doing when they're starting their first business. So I wrote this book. 20 years on, I've helped so many people because I've helped a lot of people, but I want to help more, and I want to help you. I've helped this copper who started a business 2 years ago, and he's got $1 million business now and 4 trucks on the road. This other guy named Dan, he's got 5 investment properties, 1 per year. He's going in 6 years. That's pretty impressive, yeah? I personally, through circumstances like back then, without doing any crazy moves, I was forced into stepping out of my business for a whole year, and my whole business survived without me. I want to help you, and just grab my book or Google it online. Make your what? It starts with D and ends with disappear. What is it? Disappear. Make your boss what? Disappear. Make your boss what? Disappear. Are you with me? Yes. Come on, let's bring Craig on. Thank you so much. I hope to see you guys soon.
You're a funny guy.
Thank you.
You're a funny guy. I love the way you bring that to life through your story, but your emotion, and it's really nice to see someone who's vulnerable, who's, when you're talking about bosses and things like that, the way you bring it to life is it adds a bit of humor to it and a bit of lightness to it, but also we know it's a little bit serious as well. Yeah. Which is really, really important. Now, with your expertise, you've done a lot of work. You've obviously had your own book out, and you're successfully helping a lot of people, and a lot of businesses already. I see you with a really successful podcast. I think you've got the magic to bring to a podcast, because you've got the entertainment, you've got the education, you've got the engagement factor, and I not only just having it as an audio, I think video as well, because you'll bring it to life. So you've got a great future, I think, in being really able to launch that podcast, and as though it's a top 10 podcast in Australia. Why? Because most people either have a boss or are the boss. And so it's a very, very attractive podcast for people to listen to and really learn for, and most importantly, be entertained along the way. Don't we just want to have a laugh in life? Which is great. All right, let's give a big round of applause. Well done. Very good. Awesome. I love it.